It just eventually comes down to competitive toughness. That basically that's it. We feel like we're better than where we are, but we are what our record is right now.
What's the process been of you staying ready until you get your opportunity?
Like you said, I have to stay ready always, and whenever I get the chance, I just try to embrace it. And outside of that, I just try to be ready. Work out, individual, and watch film, and just be mentally ready.
You showed a lot of confidence there in the fourth quarter. Was that a matter of something that's built through the season, or is that just who you are, that if there's a moment, you just attack the moment?
Yeah, I think it's first quarter or fourth quarter is the same game. It's basketball, so you just try to play the right way, and sometimes it goes in, sometimes not. But I think you have to approach it every time the same.
You closed with 8 assists, career high in your brief career. How did you sort of feel out there playmaking? Do you feel a chemistry with guys, even though you don't play a lot with them, to make the spray at the right time, at the right moment?
Yeah, I think we have crazy talented guys that I never played in my life with that type of players. So I'm just happy to be there and try to help them get in their spots and make the plays for them.
It seems like almost every moment the team is fully healthy. Maybe you go to Sioux Falls and play 30, 40 minutes. Someone gets hurt and there's still another call for you. What's it been like to stay ready without consistent minutes somewhere?
Like I said, I'm just trying to approach every day, try to get better every day, try to watch film and just be ready.
A lot of your minutes earlier in the season was a lot of the no-screen offense. You guys are mixing a little bit more pick-and-roll stuff, screen stuff. Do you feel like that's kind of your game, helping your game kind of elevating that part of the game?
It's hard to say, because I didn't play that many games, but I think I can adapt pretty well to any system, and I'll just do whatever team needs from me to do.
Obviously, you trying to get that same impact that Davion brings. Obviously, he was out tonight. Is that someone that maybe he's been taking you under his wing to kind of teach you and maybe mentor you a little bit?
I definitely watching him a lot in practices and how he approaches the defensive end, how aggressive he is, how he's making plays for others. So I'm just trying to be learn from him for sure.
Appreciate it. Thank you. It seems like the team's turning a corner, making statements. Today up 19 points, had a winning streak recently. What's it like to be at midseason and be just 21-20, knowing what the team can be?
We all know what we're capable of. Just gotta, collectively get these wins.
What was the biggest issue in just sustaining tonight? I know it's been a big thing, putting a whole 48-minute game together. What was the biggest issue about sustaining tonight?
I thought we came out really well, and then, their game of crashing the offensive glass, sending 4 or 5 guys every time. I thought they beat us up a little bit on the rebounds, second chance points, and then they got confidence from there, and then they got their rhythm going.
Tyler, I know the idea is to hold the lead, but once you are in the same spot as you were against Phoenix, down 4 with a few minutes to go, did you feel like the execution on the offense was any different, or is it just make or miss at that point?
I think it's make or miss. I thought they did a good job defensively, but we got the shots we wanted. We just got to continue to, work on our game and knock down those shots.
Spo was mentioning the idea that, he feels like you guys are better than your record says you are. What do you think are the things that you need to get to break through to get past this point of around 500 ball?
Just stacking wins collectively. Continuing to put good days on top of good days, and just trying to win as many games as possible.
Kasparas getting some chance tonight, and even got a chance to close. What have you seen behind the scenes, and what did you think of what he did tonight?
Yeah, he's a hard worker for sure. He comes in first one in, last one out every day. And he's ready for it. I'm excited to see, his growth and development right now, but he's ready to play.
Obviously 21-20 here at the halfway point of the season. Does it feel like that there's a lot of work to be done here, or are you guys kind of within those margins that you're close there?
I think we're right there. We're in every game. We have to close games better, sustain leads better, and come on the third quarters better.
Norm, coach has been telling us now for several days that the record should be better based on how you guys have been playing. But now he also said your record is what it says what it says that you are. Is there a frustration to have enough good moments and yet at the middle of the season you sit here at 21-20?
Yeah, no, I agree with Coach. Like, we're a better team than our record. We just not completing enough games where we play a full 48 minutes collectively. I think that's the hurdle that we got to get over at some point if we want to make something of the season. Can't get bored with the process or tired of what's working. You know, we got to continue to play the right way, our style, for a full 48 minutes. And not even just like on the offensive end, just collectively making winning plays and effort every single possession and holding each other accountable, but continuing to make winning plays no matter if you're making shots, missing shots, you're getting the ball, not getting the ball, you're getting the minutes you want, you're not getting the minutes you want. Like, whenever whoever's on the floor, it has to be a collective mindset that you're going to do whatever it takes in your minutes and your time to make winning plays for the 48-minute game.
Norm, what was the biggest issue in sustaining tonight, specifically just down the stretch?
Rebounding. I think that was the biggest issue that got him back into the game. Obviously, Ant got hot and kept him in the game with his threes, but even with that, they got a lot of extra possessions, even when he missed, for putbacks or second chance opportunity threes for them, or getting to the free throw line. And that's where we got to get better. We got to secure the ball. We got to be tough when we go up there and rebound, grab it, snatch it, know they're going to be reaching and trying to poke the ball loose. And once we secure it, we're able to get out. I mean, it worked for us the first 3 quarters of the game. We just didn't sustain it.
You guys are in a similar spot tonight with about 4 minutes ago as you were against Phoenix. Those last few minutes, in terms of the offense, did you feel as though the execution was any different? Were the looks pretty similar?
Yeah, I mean, I got a wide open. We got to stop. We got on transition. I think Cass hit me or somebody hit me on the wing. 3, good look, miss. Another possession. Cass had a 3. Bam had a 3. I mean, those are good looks. You know, we're going to live with those. Those are the shots we want to generate. I just think down the stretch, we didn't get enough stops to give us a chance, and they did what they did. You know, they hold on to the rope and they play the numbers of the game. They don't panic, and everybody on their team is making winning plays, whether they're getting the ball or not. Everybody's crashing. Everybody's doing the little things. Coach talks about we all got to do role player stuff, and that's what we have to do if we want to pull these close games. The Phoenix game, we did that, and it turned in our favor. Karma came around. This game, it didn't, and we got burned.
Norm, obviously, Coach said that you guys feel that you're better than what you are, and obviously halfway point of the season. Do you guys feel like that you're close to where maybe you're close to a breakthrough, or is there a lot of work to be done here?
No, it's in the margins. Honestly, it's not like we have to rewrite the reinvent the wheel. It's right in the margins for us, you know. But it's, are we going to do it or not? You know, we can go up and down, win 2 games, lose 3, win a game, whatever. You know, it's on us to win the game within the margins. We do that. We're fine. If you look on paper, look at our averages and things like that, we're right there with teams. But especially when we're playing teams that know how to win, that have that winning DNA, been in finals, big games, so, you know, they know how to win. You know, they know how to gut wins out even when it's not pretty. And that's what we're trying to get to. You know, that's where our hurdle is, our Achilles heel. Are we going to fold when, you know, adversity hits us individually, collectively? You know, are we going to bear down, knuckle down, and toughen up mentally and push through and do what it takes, you know, and find ways to impact the game and find ways to impact winning. And that's our hurdle. You know, we don't have a team that we got to do too much. Like, we're right there, and it's literally on us to have the mental fortitude and the competitive will to want to win and what we want to make out of this season.
I'm obviously now halfway point of the season here, 21-20. Spo was kind of talking about how you guys feel like you're better than what the record says, but on the court, you're playing to what the record is. Can you kind of talk about just the disappointment halfway point of the season?
He's right. we are better than what our record says, but until we all of us commit to doing role player things, we're gonna keep being in the middle of the pack, mediocre, and until guys get sick of that middle ground of being 7th, 8th, and not want to really make a push to be 4th or 3rd in the East, we're gonna stay right here.
The rebounding had been better over the past month or so, but Spo was put a lot of emphasis on Boston's offensive rebounding tonight. Is it just the way that they crash and how many guys that they crash and that made it difficult?
I think it was Spo had explained it to us going into the game what it was. You know, they feed off of second chance points. And then obviously they try to play the math game where they try to shoot 40, 53s. So we knew going into the game that we needed to box out everybody and get rebounds, but obviously we didn't believe them in that aspect.
Khalil didn't play in the second half, and obviously Spo was just in here saying that he feels like he might be going in the wrong direction the last few games. As a captain, we've asked you this before, but as a captain, what's kind of been your message to Khalil during this recent stretch?
Keep your head up. You're young. Obviously, you're ambitious. You want to play. My thing is, don't let stuff like this be the motivation. You should just, disciplines every day is what beats motivation, because you can be motivated 2-3 games and then go on a run and it's up and down. But disciplines makes you be consistent. So my message is always him: just be consistent as possible. It might not be, like I said, 20 and 15 every night. It might be you get 4 points, but make your presence felt and have 15 rebounds, 4 blocks, whatever the case may be.
In the loss, one of the lone bright spots was Kasparas, and him getting his chance. What did you think of his play tonight?
Played well. He's trying to do the right thing every play. He's trying to play fast. He's trying to over-communicate. And when you see a young guy like that, he has a bright future for him, because he's committing to what we're telling him, what we're asking of him, and he's gonna get his turn at some point.
Coach, a double-digit lead heading into the fourth quarter, and then Simons really exploded there. Can you just kind of talk about what you saw there that led to the breakdown?
I mean, there weren't a ton of glaring breakdowns. He just went on an absolute roll, and then we struggled to score. Down the stretch, the last 4 minutes, I thought we had a bunch of open looks. We just happened to miss them. That happens, and then you're in the moments of truth, and that's where we pride ourselves. But they came up big. They scored, and if they didn't score, we held them at bay, for a while on the glass, and then they got the big ones, down the stretch. But, where the momentum, really shifted was probably, in that when we're up 20 in the first half, and then they just started walking us down with the offensive rebounds and the second chance points, and that just fuels their confidence, and you just don't know when it's going to happen. You can't hold them at bay from 3, for 48 straight minutes, but if they're getting extra opportunities, that just fuels your confidence. I thought, Simons was a beneficiary of some of those, and then there was one early in the half, in the third quarter, where Sue gave him a FIBA fast break, when Bam was down, and that's a free open 3 that can just ignite somebody. And I don't want to hear my bad right now, and I'm not trying to crush the officials, but hey, if we can play FIBA ball, that benefits us more than any team. And we've had more officials tell us, no, wait all year long. And did that cost us anything? No, we could have done a whole lot more. Well, some of those one-on-one threes, I don't know if we could have done, more. It's the shiftiness when he was getting by us, all the way to the rim. Potentially have some, better resolve on the ball to make that a little bit tougher, when you just need to. Sometimes you can't make sense of it. Just as competitors, you have to get a stop, and we just weren't able to do that.
What went into the decision not to play Kalel in that second half? Was there an injury?
I mean, look at the game. It was like one matchup after another, and it was just, that was a tough matchup for him in Boston, with all the coverages, and the same thing tonight. He just has to stay ready. Like with Kalel, I know that's a lightning rod topic. He needs to get back to where he was 8 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago, where I felt, and everybody in the building felt, he was stacking days, good days. He's stacking days, in the wrong direction now. He's just got to get back to that stack days, build those habits, make sure you're ready and play the minutes that you're playing to a point where it makes me want to play you more, I get it with some young players. You sometimes subconsciously play poorly to say, hey, I'll play poorly if until you play me the minutes, I think I'll deserve, then I'll play well. That's not how it works.
The rebounding over the past month or so has generally been going this direction, but was it, like you said, just Boston crashes from so many different angles?
Yeah, but that's not an excuse. That was frustrating all of us. That was the number one key for us. The three-point shooting obviously is a big deal, but that was secondary to it, and they just got, second life, from those opportunities. I mean, that's a misprint. 22 second chance points at halftime, and they are not built like the Houston Rockets. They're built like us in terms of size. And, they forced us into bobbles. Long rebounds. If it was 50-50, they usually came up with those. Even in the offensive rebounds, they forced us into bobbles. We had several, where we were there and then bobbled it. They just, it just eventually comes down to competitive toughness. Basically that's it. We feel like we're better than where we are, but we are what our record is right now. That's the bottom line. If you played games on paper, I think right now we would have a better record, but that's not the case right now.
Pele was in the starting lineup tonight, played 30 minutes. What do you think of his performance?
I don't know but what his stat line is or anything like that. I know what he brings. He brings that competitive toughness.
Coach, what do you think about Kasparas' play tonight and kind of the ability that he had to, close the game there for you guys?
Yeah, that was one of the bright spots for sure. He's been ready every time he's been given an opportunity. He keeps on getting better. He gives us something a little bit different, particularly without D. Mitch out there. He can make some plays, and he's fearless. I loved that he was, taking those shots in the fourth quarter. He had a big three. He's not afraid. Had a couple, free throws. All that will get better. Positionally, I thought he was in front of Simons. Simons was just stepping back, and he looked like Lillard out there for some stretches. But I was encouraged by Cass.